Okay, hello guys, welcome to another video tutorial by Nocode Africa. So in this tutorial, you're going to learn how to build a simple homepage of a website, right? So more like a landing page, a very simple landing page. Now with this knowledge, you can always get to understand how to create your own landing page and other pages of your project, right? So we're just going to jump into it like right away. So we're going to be using FlutterFlow as usual because FlutterFlow helps you to build application faster than ever. All right, let's go straight to it. And if at all you don't have an account, just check the description under this video and you will see a link to click to create a new account for yourself. It's free. All right, and then but if at all you already have an account, just click on sign in and then let's go. So this is what you will see when you click to sign in, and I have a couple of projects here. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and click to create a new project, and I will just call this homepage. Yeah, it's a simple name, homepage. Click on create blank, and then it will take me here. Well, this is where you're supposed to set up your Firebase, but since we don't want to do anything serious on the backend or anything at all on the backend, we're just gonna skip this stage. All right, so I will just go ahead and then I'll be a little bit fast, but you will understand what I'm doing. Okay, so first of all, I'll just click on this app bar and delete it. And then the next thing I'm going to quickly do is I will come here and set my screen size. But first, let me go to the design and I'll click here on the top of the screen where you have the title of the page, homepage, and you will see the dimension of the screen. So here it says 1440 by 4180. So I will just take this one alone, 144. That's the width of the screen. So I will come here and then I'll click on this and I'll go to 1440. I will take that. Okay, good. Let's hit the road. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do first of all is that we are going to go ahead and design what we have here, this very first part. And I would like you to observe one thing, right? So this is a white background, right? Then this one changes the background. Then we have something like gray, something like that. So we will try to see how we can do these in blocks, right? So first thing we're going to do is we will come here to our widget tree and then we will look at it. This is a scaffold, right? And this is a column. So in this column, we're going to put a container. So I will click on add a child to widget. I will put a container. So I click to put a container. And then what is the size of the container? So I'll just click on this. It tells me 1440 by 854. Good. Then, well, if you don't see this, that means there's some sort of problem, okay? So, but you should see this dimension here, what we have here. So I will come here to the property section of this particular widget, the container widget, and say change here under the width area. Let's say 1440 by 854. And voila, we have that done for us. What we now need to do is, if you observe, this is a row, then we have something else here. That means these things are stacked from top to bottom, right? That means we need a column. So we're going to put a column inside this container. I'll click add a child to widget and put a column inside the container. And then inside the container, I'll put a row because we need to be able to start putting this particular side. This is not in a row. So I put a row, and in the row, I will put an image. All right. What is this image for? Well, we have to pay attention to this logo. So this logo is actually an image. All right. So it's 192 by 84. So I will come here and say 192 by 84. Good. Then I will go ahead and then under design, click on export this particular file, then come back to FlutterFlow and change it from network to asset under image type, okay, while you're still selecting your image, of course. FlutterFlow is really changing things. I like this. So you just click on this or the other one, anyone that works, then click on this and upload the picture. Okay, so we have these now. Yes. What we need to do next is we need to go ahead and then put these particular informations here: about, home, about, services, and contact us. Okay, so let's start with these. So I'll just double tap and go inside. I'll pick this particular text. I copied it, Control C. And then I will go to inspect to see the property of this text. I will see that, well, the font is Ubuntu. Cool. So the weight is 400 by 14 pixel. All right. And this is the color code. So 400 by 14 pixel. That's like the default color that comes in. So I'll click on the row because this text is in the row. So I click on the row, click on add a child to this widget. The widget we're adding something to is the row. So we click on text, and then I will paste the text. Control V. Great. I paste the text here, and then by default it's already 400 by 14. I will click on primary family to see if I can find the font called Ubuntu. I don't know if it's there. Oh, yes, it is. It's actually a Google font. Cool. I've not used it before. That's why I didn't know. So I choose Ubuntu, and then I will come back here and maybe just copy this color code and paste it here on the primary color. Control V, and that's it. Great. The next thing I need to do is I'm going to check out the distance between this text and this shape. All right, this image. So it's 745. So I will come here to the padding section of the text and say 745. Great. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to do quickly is I will click on the row and add a text. Add a child to this widget, add a text. I would have just copied this, but okay, so I think that's what we should do. Just click on this, Control D. We won't see what we have copied. So you come to this section and touch it, right? And then let's go and see the space between them. So the space between them is 41. So here, instead of 745, I will say 41. Good. Now the font is back. Then I will just copy what we have here. It is 300 by 14. Okay. Then I will just come here, change it from 400 to 300, and it's 14. Okay, good. Then what do we need to do? Let's paste what we had copied, which is about. And then we will just go ahead and click on this, Control D to duplicate again, and then we will copy what we have here. Okay, good. I just copied the services, click on here, and paste it. Good stuff. The next thing we need to do here is we will go ahead and then create this button. So I will just click on the button to see the dimension. So it's 157 by what is it? 157 by 51.35. So that's like 51.4. 157 by 51.4. So I'll click on the row, click on add a child to this widget, and click on button. All right, we're going. And then we will say 157. This is the property of the button, the width and the height. And was it 51.4? Did I get it right? Yes, I did. Great. And the color of the border of the button is this. I just clicked to copy it. And I need to check the radius. The border radius is 20 pixel. So good. I will just go ahead and first of all, the fill color. We have to clear the fill color. There's no color. Well, we can just pick secondary white. Good, don't worry, we will be able to do it. And then border color, we will paste this, what I copied before. And then border radius, I'll change it to 20. And then the content inside, which is contact us, I will just scroll down and paste it here for the button text. All right. And then I will just go ahead and copy. I don't know. Okay, I can copy that. I will just come here and copy this color code and then come to the color of the text and paste it, and that's it. So now we have our button. Beautiful. We just need to space it. So I will click out and click on the button again and hover around just to see the space between them. So it says here 65. So I will come here and say 65. Good stuff. Now we're done with the very first part of our homepage. The next thing we need to do quickly is to set these particular things up. All right. So I really want this video to be quite short, but really good. Nice. All right. So what we need to do now is look at this. This is a row, actually. It's moving from left to right, and it's under this big column that we had created before. So we will say a row first, then from there we will say column, because this is stacked from top to bottom, you see. And then this is just an image. So let me show you how we're going to do that. So I'll click on the column, the big column, click on add a child to that column, and then I will say a row first. Then I'll click here and say give me a column. no, not like say give me a column, just click on the column. All right, but I think there will be a time where FlutterFlow could be that smart. Okay, so let's see. The next thing we need to do here is we will add a row inside these column, and then we add a text. Okay, good. Now, so the text is gonna be these marriage and relationship coaching. So I just copy it straight up, and check out some few things like we always do. The weight is 700, size is 50, and it's Ubuntu. So I'll just come here and paste the text here. Great. Scroll down, come here and say 500. Oh, sorry, 750. Great. Font size is Ubuntu. Font type, sorry, Ubuntu. Okay, great. Now we have these particular cool stuff, right? So, but there are some things that are not working out very fine. You see, it's not like perfectly done, but don't worry, we will get there. So what do we need to do? First of all, we need to go ahead and we need to put this particular thing in a in a container so that it can have this shape. You see, so the container dimension is going to be 630 by 130. So you see here, all right, so you just click on the whole thing and you see the dimension here. So 630 by 130. So I'll right click on the text and wrap it with a container. Okay, and it's the dimension is going to be 630 by 130. Good, we're doing fine. Now it's wrapped and it's good, but what I want you to do is clear the color of the container. Good, we have it done perfectly now. So I will click on this row. I wouldn't like to do a lot of I will be reusing a lot of things. So these particular text will work almost the same like what we have below. So I will just duplicate the row that contains all of these. That means the container is there. So I'll just say Control D. All right, so it gives me these now. I will just click on these, double click, and copy all the text and check the dimension, 300 by 16 Ubuntu. So I'll click here and then paste it here, and then go to the font size and say 300 by 16. Great. And it's also Ubuntu, so everything is good. Now what I need to check out again is the size. So it's 625 by 52, the size of the rectangle that contains this, right? So 625 by 52. So we'll go to the container here and say 625 by 52. I believe that's what we saw. Yes, and we got it right. Good. Now what we need to do again here is simple. I think it's the same color. All right, the next thing we're going to do quickly is we're going to put a button here, this button here. So sincerely, I will just add, I wanted to just copy this button and put it, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and click on the column here. All right, so in the widget tree, click to add a button, add the button here, and I need to check out the size of the button, 157 by 53.4, same size like this one. So but I'll just copy the color at once. So 157 by 51.4. Did I get that right? Oh, this is 53.4. 53.4. The color is these, and border radius is also 20, and then the text inside is book noun. I just copied. It's 400 by 16. Great. So I will just scroll down and paste the text here, and this is gonna be 400, this is going to be 16. How did I see all of that? I get to check out a lot of things at once before I leave this page. It makes you work faster. So 400 by 16. Good. All right, so now we have these. Why is it scattered like this? It's because the column has not been given a proper alignment. So we click on the column itself and then click on this particular one. It's going to make everything align towards the left. Great. Now let's go ahead and then provide it with spacing. So I'll click on this and see the space between. It's 11, and click on this and see the space between 44. So good. We will come over to here and say this is going to be 11. Okay, great. No, not that one. Sorry. This is going to be 11. and the button is going to be 44. So I just click on it and give it padding on the top, 44. Now look at it, it's not really looking so nice, it's on the edge. What is happening? So I'll click on this and check this distance between the wall of the page and the beginning here, so 68. So I will give the column a padding on the left, 68, and now we have this. Don't worry about this, we will center align everything, but just don't worry, we will do it. Now this is a big row that contains everything, right? So we need to go ahead and put this picture. So I'll click on this picture, go to design and export it. Click on the plus icon and export that design. Now it's going to take the whole of this, but it won't take this. All right. I don't want this to be a picture because we will create this ourselves. Now we will need to go ahead and then click on this row, which is already clicked, and then click to add a widget to this, and we're adding an image. It's gonna be on the side here. What's the size? It's 400. I would like to do some approximations here, so I'll say 548 by 537. 548 by 537. Okay, did I get that right? Yes, good. Then the next thing I will do quickly is I will come here, change it from network to asset, and then upload the image from the database. Oh, it's also exporting this particular image. I don't want it like that. I want it to just export only the image here. So I'll click on it again twice, so it's then exports just this one. So I'll click on it, export this. I don't want this one to be there. Then I will try to upload this now, and then now it gives me just this one, which is a good thing. It didn't just give me just this one, it also took away a lot of other things. You see, it took away these dots here. So I wouldn't like to put these dots manually to just save us time, so I'll just click on this, hold down shift and click on this second one. All right, then Control J. Okay, doesn't really work. Oh, sorry, group, Control G. Yeah, G. So I'm grouping this particular one and this one now. When you're using this, I think you will be able to do the same thing too. So I will go ahead and export it again. Okay, then let's bring it the second one inside and see what happens. Okay, yes, it worked. That's it, good. Alright, now that we have these done for us, we just need to go ahead and bring this one inside. So how do we put these in? This is the one I will show you. This is gonna be done with a stack. Okay, so we will put a rectangle here first. Let's go ahead and create let's create this thing first and then bring it inside the stack. Okay, so how do we create it? Let's go ahead and then where do I create that? I want to just create it somewhere. Okay, no problems. Let's just wrap this image with a stack. So it's a stack that will allow us to make things to appear on top of other things. Like this is appearing on top of this widget, and it's only stacks that can allow you to do that. So the container here is 237 by 134. So we'll come back here and click on the stack and add a container. All right, so we'll add a container. The dimension is 237 by 123, 236 by 123. So 236 by 123, and it has some border radius of, well, it says 17.16 here, but I will just say 18. Okay, I'll just round it up, 18. And inside this container, I want to put, look at what we have here. This, it's more like a row, right? So I have these and I have these, right? It's a row. But for us to have this particular thing, we can put it in a container or we put it in a column. I think column would make sense. Okay, so it's actually a container, so we'll put it inside a container. Let's see, or maybe not. We don't even need to do that. Let's go ahead and first of all create this particular thing. This is a progress bar kind of thing. So this is how you create that. First of all, let's put the row inside the container, and then click on add a child to widget and look for progress bar, and this is a progress bar, and that's it. It's circular. I can't really tell the size of these things, so I will guess it. So I will say okay, no, I can check the overall size. I'm clicking it, I keep clicking inside. This looks like 88 by 88, but let me click again and see if there's another. Okay, good. So this is gonna be 68 by 68. Okay, so this is the properties of these progress bar. So the diameter here, let's change it to 68. Great. Then the thickness, let's make these 10. Okay, so let's see, something around that nature. And then the color is green. Let's copy these and click on this and paste it. So we have green. Good. And then it's almost about 90%, so you change this from 0.5 to 0.9. That makes it 90%. If you want it to have what else do we need here? If you want it to have, the text here is going to be 90%, so let's just say 90%. Great. And then what else? Start angle, secular. Okay, what do we need again? Line spacing, I think this is all we have here. Start angle. Okay, thickness, diameter, progress bar. I think this is okay. So we have this, and let's push it from the side a bit. So let's click here and check out the, let me see what I can see it. It's not giving me, okay, I think it can. So I'll click on inspect so that I can see the distance between. This is more like 26 pixels. So this progress bar is 26 pixels from the edge. So let's say 26. Good stuff. And then inside this row now, let's go ahead and, the text here, let me just copy this. The text here, it's 90. So it's black. So I'm in the text inside. So let's just copy this and go here and change the text from the color to this. Okay, all right, so we have this. That is good. And it's 500 by 17. So let's say click here and say 500 by 17. Okay, so looks good now. Let's click on the row and add a text. Let's go ahead and add a text, just a text. And this is the text. It says success results. It's 500 by 22. So I will go ahead and just paste it here. 500 by 22. Great. 22. Good. Now the next thing we need to do is check the spacing between these two. It's not giving me what I want. Let me zoom it in so you can also see it. It's not giving me exactly. I wanted to see the okay, this is a bigger container, so I will just imagine the space. I will say 24. Okay, so this is okay, I think. All right, so now we need to go ahead and then push this container, everything down, right, to this point. How do we do that? Let's click on the big container here and then inspect it. So from here to here, the top is 387. You see, 387. So we'll say here 387, 387. Great. Now we have it around here, and I think it's just correct. It's perfect. Okay, guys, what we need to do again next is we need to see the distance between this and this. So this is 104 pixels. So we will come here to the rectangle that contains all of these, and then give it the dimension 104 pixel. That's the padding on the top, 104 pixel. So everything comes down. Great, we're doing fine, I believe. Yes, we're doing fine. All right, so now the next thing we need to do is these particular stack, right, that contains all of these things. It has some space between them, so we will see here it's 154. So I will come here and give it 154 on the side, and that's it. And voila, we have perfect spacing. Good. Let's move on to the next thing and quickly finish up our work. What I would have loved to do is quickly duplicate this particular screen. Well, you've already seen how we did this, so I will just go ahead and duplicate this particular row and then switch things, all right, and then delete some things, and we will have the second part. All right, so why not? Let's do it. So I will say Control D, and I've duplicated it, but I'm trying to scroll down, it's not working. I want you to go ahead, click on this column here, the first column under the scaffold, and make it scrollable. All right, so click here to make it scrollable. Now you can scroll, but it's still not working. You need to go to the container, the column here under these other container, and also do the same thing, and now you can scroll. Good. So now what we just need to do is swap things. Let's click on this column and click to cover it, click on the stack, click to cover it again. Now we're going to swap things. So I will click on the column and drag it down until you see this blue. That's when you let it go. Good. Now it is exchange positions. So what we need to do is click on this, and let me move it around. Okay, good. Control Z. I wanted to be sure that this other thing is attached to it. Click on design, click on export. Okay, good. We've done that. The dimension is 518 by 541, 518 by 541. So I will click on the image, 518 by 541. Great. And then I will just replace this with this, and that's it. We have this replaced. Okay, good. Now we need to remove this, what we have here. So I will just take it off, what we have here. So I can just start deleting. I would prefer to click on it and open it, and I'll see the container that contains all of these things. So I just take it off. Good. Now we have that. What we need to do now is let's go ahead and copy the things that we have here. We offer the best services. Go to inspect and see the dimension 700 by 25. So here I'll click here and paste it. 700 by 25. All right, so there's a big rectangle here. That's why it's not working properly for us. So what we need to do is let's see what do we need to do. Let's click on the column and open it. All right, so there's a container here that contains these. So what I would like to do is I would like to remove the container. It's not necessary. So I will click on the text itself and Control X to copy it out, cut it out, then delete the container. Then the row is selected, Control V to paste the text. Good. That's a simple hack. Then here I will Control C to copy these, and then click here and select everything out and paste it. Now all I just need to do is check out the dimension of this one, 625 by 78, and change the dimension here. So 65 by 78. So this container, we allow it to be there. Okay, so this is 400 by 16. The text, I mean. All right, so we will come here and say 400 by 16. So it's good. All right. Now we need to, what do we need to do? Let's see. We need to put these things here, what we have below, then the bottom. So how do we do that? Let's just put one first. I'll just click on the column, and then I will click on, what do we have there? It's a row. Let's click on these and put a row. Okay, and then in the row I will click on this to put an icon. Yes, so I will say an icon. Okay, good. So this is an icon, and this thing is like a check kind of thing. So let me see if I can see it here. So check. Yes, there is. So I'll pick this one, and let me click on it to get the color. So this is it. This is the color. So I'll just copy it, Ctrl C, and then I will come here to the color and paste it. And then just that, I need to see the dimension is 17 by 17. So I'll change this to 17, the icon size, and then I'll click on the row. Click on the row that contains the icon, add a child to this widget, a text. What is the text? The text is what we have here on the side, so I'll just copy it. It's 400 by 16, so I will just paste what I had copied here. 400 by 16. Okay, good. Now we will just go ahead and then rearrange some things here. So this is the button, so I'll drag this button down until it shows blue and I leave it. Good. Then now I have these row. I will say Control D and Control D, make it 3 times. That's it. So I have all of this now: premarital coaching, and virtual coaching. So this is it, and paste this. Okay, good. So we have this. What I need to do now is just click on this and see the spacing between them. So it's 11. So I will click on this. The space between them is 11. The space on the top, 11 here. And then click on the next one. It's 11. I think the next one here will be 21. Okay, so this one is going to be, this one here is going to be 21. Okay, so good. All right, now we have this. Then we click on this and check the space, 21 here as well. So row, click on the row and then say 21. Good. All right, guys, we are done with this. But here this button is different from this, but the same dimension. It's just that the border, the fill color is empty. So click on this and clear and maybe use secondary, and then it has a border radius, so you paste the color I just copied, and then the text color is not white, it's green. Good. Now we have this. All right, so but now, so everything is perfect now, I believe. Good. Let's see the distance between this image. This image and the wall is 72. So let's click on this image, go to the stack and say 72. So 72. Good. Now we have these arrangement, and we did it really fast, guys. So let's look at this, the space between this column and this. All right, let's see, click on this and click on this, 152, and we're going to have 152 here. All right, so now this is perfect. What we need to do again next is let's see. Okay, so we did make some errors. We didn't put these in a container, right? So I don't know, what is the color of this background? Okay, this is the color of the background. All right, so I will come over here. You see this big row? I will wrap this big row in a container. Wrap it in a container. The container is going to be okay, the container is going to be 1440. Okay, good. Let's check the height. 1440 by 798 by 798. Good. Then let's paste the background color. That's the fill color here, and that's it. So we have this beautiful scenario now. We have this is good, but the thing is, this thing is center aligned. So let's go ahead and click on this column and then click on this to center align it. So this is it now. It's good. We just clicked on center align this particular one and we're good. All right, so the next thing we need to go ahead and do is, let's go to the next thing. So this is the next part. We will try to do this as fast as we can. Okay, so if at all you've not subscribed to the channel, please, this is the time to subscribe to this channel. Click the subscribe button, like the video, and you know, drop some comments if you have some comments. So this is the next part, and thank you very much. Yeah, this is the next part where we will go ahead and then implement. So I would like to go ahead and click on the column itself, the main big column here, this particular column, and then click to add a container, right? And then in the container I want to add a column. Is it a column? Yes, everything is stacked from top to bottom. Well, yes, a column, definitely a column. So a column, first of all, let's give that container a dimension. So what is the dimension of the container? 1440 by 880. So 1440 by 880. And this is it. Okay, so the next thing we just need to do now is we have a column inside, right? Let's add a row, right? So the row for these, and then these, and then these. So let's just go ahead and add a row. So this is going to be our row, and let's add a text inside that row. Good. And then here I will just copy all of this. Alright, so I will copy all of this. It's 700 by 35. So I will say I'll paste this and come here, change it to 700, and then say 35, right? I believe it was 35 or 25. 35, good. Then I'll copy this color code and paste it here. Great. Then click to center align it. Click here, center align it. I clicked on the row, then I clicked on center align. Good stuff. Then now it's not positioned properly, yeah, because we need to put it in a container. So the container will be 509 by 105. So I'll right click on the text, right, and wrap it with a widget container that says 509 by 105. 509 by 105. And I'll clear the color of the container, and then click on the text and give it a center alignment. That's it. So we have this here, and then the next thing is the height from the top is 96. So I will give that height to this row and say 96. You're getting the gist, yeah? Good. Then the next thing I need to do is I'll do the same thing here. So I'll just click on this row and duplicate it. Good. But it's not going to have the same distance from the top. So let's see, the distance is going to be 24. So let's just change it now. 24. All right. Then the text is this. We copy it. Control C. It's 300 by 16 pixel. Click on this, and then copy all of this and paste it. Like select all of it and paste it. And so click on this 300 by 16. Alright, so what we need to do now is check out the dimension. It's 598 by 52, dimension of the container that contains this. So we will click on this container, 598. So 598 by 52. So by 52. So this is it. Okay, good. It's not perfect. Okay, so it's not perfect. Why? 598 by 52. The text is 300 by 16. It's not covering everything. Tempos, everything is not in. 598. I don't know why. Ubuntu 300 by 16. I don't know why everything is not like inside. So I will just expand it a bit. So yeah, I don't know why, but I think it's the dimension here is a bit incorrect, because, or maybe this is not just the correct Ubuntu font that I have inside here. Yeah, maybe that's just it. So I just have to extend it a bit so that it can contain everything. So what I need to do next is this row. Okay, so I need to go ahead and then add a row. Click here to add another row, and then the row is going to contain a container. Container is 387 by 405. Okay, so 300 and let's add it here first. It's a 387 or 387 by 405. 405. Okay, and the border radius, I didn't really see that. Come here, it's mixed. I'll double click it again. It's 20, right? So it's 20. Border radius is 20. Okay, great. So I will just scroll down and come to box shadow and turn it on. To give it some shadow. Okay, it's important you do that too. And then now let's go ahead and then create things inside it. So I'll click in here to add a child to that widget, add a column, because things are moving from top to bottom. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to add I think this is an image. Yes, it's an image. This particular thing is an image. So let's see the dimension. It's 65 by 53. So I'll just export it first. 65 by 53. So 65 by 53. Okay. Then I will go ahead and then change from network to asset and then upload it. Okay, so this is it, and this enters into FlutterFlow now, and good. The height from here, let's do some inspecting. The height from here is 44, so I'll give it some padding on the top. I'll say 44. Good stuff. All right, so good. And then what else? I need to give it some left alignment, so I click on this to push it to the left. Now I need to go ahead and check out its padding on the left. It's 37. Good. So I'll say 37 here. Right, yes, I think we can do it like that. Then now we need to put a text. Click on the column itself, click on this, and click on the row and put a text inside it. Good. And copy this, check the size is 700 by 20, then paste it here, 700 by 20. All right, I'm actually teaching you how to do this thing really fast in case you have like a very large project. So the size, the padding is going to be 37 as well, and the spacing is going to be 21. So I'll click on the row that contains it and say 21. Good. Then this one, what I would just do is duplicate this for this next thing. So I'll just copy, Ctrl C. It's 300 by 13. Click here and say paste, and then come here and say 300 by 13. It spreads across all of this, but I'll just go ahead and then click on these to push it down to make it appear here. Good. And then I will say I'll check the spacing on the side, 33. So yeah, so 33. So we'll say 33. Okay. All right, so this is good now. The next thing we need to do is add this button. So guys, I really want us to be faster, so I'll just copy this button at once, Ctrl C, and then come here to the column and paste this button. Good. And the button, it has some dimension here, says 43. I will just still use 37 because I think it's supposed to be the same padding. So learn more is the content. So I will click on the button and say 37. Okay. And then the text inside here says learn more. So I paste what I copied, and then let's see the spacing in between. Okay, so spacing here is 42. So what do we have? It says here 44. We can change it to 42, and great. I think we're good so far. Let's see, what else do we need to space? I think we're good for now. So let's go ahead and click on that entire thing, the container itself. All right, and then let's give it some, I think this is center aligned actually, but yeah, let's just duplicate this first, and then select this particular container, find the padding here is 69, give it the padding on the left, 69, and go ahead and just duplicate this again. All right, so we have these. Click on the main row itself and center align it. Okay, so we have these center aligned. Let's check the spacing from the top to here, so 92. Okay, so 92. I hope that you're really learning a lot. I know that my speed is unimaginably fast, but I really don't want the video to be too long, and I want you to get the most out of it. Okay, so what we need to do next is this particular part, and then we're almost done. We don't have much on the page. So the customer's part. So let's go ahead and then click on, let's go ahead and Let's see. Okay, let's click on the main column. That's this column that's inside this container, this one, and add a container. All right, and the container's dimension is going to be 1440 by 663. So we will say 1440 by 663, right? Get it? Then I will copy. Let me click again. I need to copy this color code, and let's go, and then paste it here. Great. So then in this container I'll put a column, yes, and I need to start doing some things. We have this thing here. We would do it maybe towards the end. I just want us to move faster here. So let's go ahead and then put a row that contains this. So we will click on this and put a row, and then put the text and paste the text we copied. Size is 700 by 35. Okay, so we say 700 by 35. Okay, great. Center align it. Click on the row and center align it. This, right click on the text, wrap the widget with a container, and we need to give it a dimension of these things. So 446 by 105. So 446 by 105. Clear the color of the container, click the text and center align it, and we're good. Click on this and give it some padding from the top. 90 is what we have, so we say 90. Good, we're doing a great job. Click on the column now and add a row, right? So the row is what we're going to put all of these scenarios. So let's go ahead and then say, click on this and then put a container. All right, let's take the dimension of the container. So I'll click. It's 407 by 223. 407 by 223. Okay, great. Now the next thing we need to do is check it has it should have a border radius and some colors actually. Okay, so border radius is 20. So it's 20. Now does it have some? Yeah, it has some box shadow. So we will come here and turn on the box shadow. Good. The box shadow is what you see here around the box. And then what we need to do again here is let's put a column inside these, and then we start setting things up. So let's click on this and add a column inside it. In the column we're going to add a row. Okay, in the row we're going to add, what's the first thing? The image. So this is an image. So it's 56 by 56. Let's just download it. Click on design, export, go. So we're adding an image. Okay, so this is the image 56, and this goes 56. And let's go ahead and bring the image. All right, change from network to assets. Click on this and bring the image in, and the image is inside. Great. The next thing we need to do is these names. So this is column, so there's a column in this long row. All right, so let me just copy this name at once. It is go to inspect, 700 by 13. So we have this image. So in this row now there's going to be a column, so we add a column. In that column we add a row. Well, not necessarily a row, but I like to put these things in rows. Okay, so row, and then put a text. Okay, and then paste the name, 700 by 13. Okay, that's basically the information I copied before, like I memorized. So Ctrl D to duplicate it. So I'll come here and pick this particular one, which is 200 by 13. See it here. I've copied it. I paste it here, and then change this to 200 and then 13. Great. Now we have this particular information. What we need to do next is this one here is a text, right? Is a text, but it's a big quotation mark, so 700 by 48. So click on the row and say text, okay, and then it's a quotation mark. It's 700 by 48. Okay, so 700 by 48, the color is this, and it's mullish. Let me see if we can get that. So I paste the color here, click on this and search for mullish. I don't know if it's a Google font. So mullish. Okay, this is it, I think. Yes, great. Why did it turn around? Okay, so I will come here and close it. Okay, now that's weird. What I copied is this, but when I copied it switched around here. It's turned around. So what am I supposed to do? Okay, so let's just use what is here. So let's use here. I don't know why it's not showing like this. Okay, I really don't know why it's turning upside down. So okay, well, I don't know why. Maybe it's okay, so let's just leave that part and just leave it like this. Let's click on the column that contains these and give it a center alignment, sorry, a left alignment start. Then let's start spacing it. Okay, so I will zoom in a bit. We're in inspect, so let's say here and then here 6, so the spacing between them is 6. And then for this particular text image is 27, so yeah, we click on this and say 27. And then this particular text, let's see, it's from here to here is 194, so we say 194. Okay, and then the row itself, let's pick here from here to here, 34, so we say 34. Good. All right, the next thing we need to do is this particular text, so I will just copy it, click on this, and then say let's put it in a row, right, and then put the text. Good, and then paste it here. I didn't memorize the font size, 300 by 13, so we'll come here and say 300 by 13, and then we have to click on this to make the expansion to go down. Great. Let's see this padding. The padding is 27, and from here is 22, so 27, and then click on this and say 22. Okay, I think we're good now. And then from the edge here is 27. Let's do it as well. Text is 27. All right, so we are good like this, and click on the column, click on the container, and then Control D to duplicate it. Then click on the second container and check the spacing in between them. So here spacing is 41, and put the padding on the left, so 41, and Control D again to duplicate it, and click on the row that contains all of them and center align it. Okay, and check the spacing of the text of the row. Let's say from here to here 81, and we will put here 81. I believe you're learning. Okay, if you're learning, please just hit the subscribe button and click on your notification bell so that when I post new videos you can see it. All right, so okay, so I want you to look at something, right? So the whole of these is a column, a big column, right? We need to put these things that you see here. So I don't know. Okay, let me not squeeze it. Let's see. No. Oh, Control Z. These small guys. Let's just go ahead and download it. So let's download it. Click on this, export and export. I think it's the same thing here. Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, so we have to put these things. How do you put it? First of all, this is a column, so we will click on this column and close it. Let's wrap this column in something called stack. All right, so it is in a stack that we will be able to make things float around like that. So let's click this and add an image. That's we clicked on the stack and then add an image. What's the image dimension? Let's see, this is 145 by 337. Okay, so let's say 145 by 337. All right, so let's say from network to assets, click on this and get the image. Great. Did we get it right? No, we didn't get it right. So I think it didn't download everything. It just downloaded, it gave us this few part, and I don't know what the dimension is of this short part. So the width is this, correct? The height is 337. All right, guys, we will just make an assumption. So here we will say 150. No, not 150. We'll say 250. 250. Does it make sense? I think it does. It gives us 4 but not full. Okay, so let's say 260. Okay, so 260. Still not working. 90. All right, so let's go ahead and reduce this as well to 100. Not 100. Let's say 200. Okay, so this was 200. Let's say 250. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what works. Let's say 250 as well. All right, now this is quite confusing. I don't know the exact dimension. You see, it has spread it out of here. So if I squeeze it in like this, doesn't make sense. But I just needed to put this particular situation in 4 by 4. Okay, Ctrl Z. Let's see this particular one. Okay, guys, so I will try to just extend it like this. Okay, and then try to do this. The thing is, the more I stretch it, since it's not its exact size, it doesn't show properly. Okay, and the pictures are not sharp. Alright, but I just wanted to show you how it's done, and I think we are going to achieve that, but I'm not getting the size, the thing that I want. Okay, alright, I think we can still get it somehow. It's not giving me the full thing actually. Okay, guys, so let's pull this thing out. Alright, so we pulled it out of here, and let's export it for real. So let's export it again. And we use the dimension 145 by 337. So let's use it 145 by 337. It's okay. Let's click on this to upload the exact image now. So fine. It should give us what we want. Good. Then what we need to do now is Ctrl Z here. All right. So this guy, let's click on inspect. It's his position is 1357 from the left. So we will say 1357 from the left. Great. Aha. Looks like it's gonna work. Then from the bottom, it's 534 from the bottom. So 534. Okay, so I think we got something close. It squeezed it in, but all right, we still get that feel. It's okay, just squeeze the whole thing in. It didn't even allow you to push out there. Okay, so this is okay, guys. All right, so you just saw that, and I think we can just keep this remaining part. Well, can we? Okay, so I think we'll do it towards the end. Let's skip that. Okay, so let's quickly implement this 1440 by 511. Let's click on this and go to the column here. Add a container. The container is 1440 by 511. Okay, and then we will come here and put some things. Let's copy these first. This 700 by 35. We'll put a column inside this, then a row, then a text, and we paste the text. Great. And we change it to 700 and it's a 35. We will center align it, and then we will go ahead and let's duplicate this row for the next thing. All right, so this is the next thing. We will just copy this 300 by 16, paste this here. Great. And then we will say 300 by 16. Great. So we have this, and perfect. Let's center align it. It worked for us. So let's see the spacing between them. The spacing here is 21. What we have here is 104. So here is going to be 21, and then here is going to be 104. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is this particular row for the form field. So let's say Control D to duplicate this. I will delete this one, and in this particular part we will put a container. All right, so this is our container 531 by 53. So click here, add a container. We will say 531 by 53, and the container is grayish, and the radius is 23, border radius, so 23 here. The fill color is this, Ctrl V, and there's a button here. So the button here is some of the same button like we've been having. So but we have something here. Enter your email address. So inside this container now, we're going to put a text field. So we'll search for text field here. Text field. All right, so text field, and the hint text is gonna be what we copied. Aha. Then let's come down here to content padding and say 24 here on the left. It just push it inside. Great. And then let's click on the row here. Let's come up here and pick a button. So I'm picking this button, Control C, and then I'll click on the row, Control V. I will remove all the padding around the button. So I remove this one, then remove this one, and then click on this, copy it. It says subscribe, so I will say clear this border color and put a fill color, and then come down here and just quickly type subscribe, and then come here and say it's white. Okay, great, subscribe. All right, then it has some spacing, right? 25. So here we have 25. Okay, oh, not that one. The spacing on top is this one, 25. All right, so let's see. There's a spacing between them, 71. So I'll click on the main row and give it a spacing 71. All right, so we are good, and we're done with this very fast. So let's go to the next one, the last part. So we will click on this column here, and let's click on this as well, and we will add a container. Let's see, the container is going to be these 1440 by 477. 1440 by 477, right? Yes, 477. Okay, let's get the color of these page. So I copy these. Is it really the color? Yes, it is. And paste it here, and then we have these. Okay, so I think there's a problem there. Ctrl V and remove this one and enter. Good. So we have this scenario. Good, good, good. So what we need to do now is simple actually. We will have a long row here. You see, there's a row here. All of this is a row. We won't really have okay, so we have column actually, because this is a row, then there's another one here, so we'll put a column first. So in this container we will add a column, and then in this column we will add a row, and we will start our row with these. So this is let's double click, and I'm trying to pick this, but it's not giving me what I want. So let me see, how is this other color? So that was black and this is white. Okay, so I need to get this logo. Okay, so this group, then this group, and then this group, and then this group. I'm looking for the logo. So this one is open, and remember, okay, so this is it. This is the logo. I would just have to resize it a bit. Yeah, I don't want it to be so big like this. So leave that one. I think it started like this. If I do it like this, it will become smaller. It's the same thing. So let's see. Okay, I'm trying to see how I can arrange it such that everything will fit. Okay, so I'm keeping it like this. Yeah. Okay, so I think I can still keep it like this for now. Yes, we will work around it, guys. We will work around it. So this is going to be a column. All right, then we have this address. Let's wait a minute. Okay, so I will download these quickly. All right, so let me just download these quickly and see. This is it. Okay, so I'm downloading that, and it's 243 by 94. So let me add that image. Click on this to add an image. 243 by 94, right? 243 by 94. I think that's what I saw. Yeah, 243 by 94. Great. So I will just bring in the image assets, then bring in the image. Okay, good. We have this. Yeah. All right, so this was the big row, right? This is not how we should do it. Let's wrap this image in a column. Right, so wrap this image in a column because we have something underneath it, right? So, and that means there's a column there. So I will just copy all of this. It's let's go to inspect and see, it's 400 by 16. It's a text. So this is the column, so click on this and put a text. I like to put it in a row actually. So click on this and put the text in the row, and then paste it. Ctrl V. What was the size? 400 by 16. Let me copy the color. 400 by 16. The color here is white. I pasted, and let's do center line here. Good. Don't worry, we'll fix it. That's why it's like arranged like this. No problems. We will go ahead and do some arrangements. So let's say this distance is 212 from here. So yeah, so let's say 212. Great work. All right. And the row itself is let's start from here. Okay, so the row itself is 96 from the top. So we have here 96 from the top. Great. All right, so now this particular one, let's say down, it doesn't work, something broke there. Okay, so let's wrap it in a text in a container. 213 by 48. So click on this, right click on it, wrap widgets in a container. 213 by, I think, 38. Did I get it right? 48 actually. So 48. Clear the color, and it was actually Ubuntu, so I mean the text. So maybe that's why I didn't enter fully here, but it does enter, but not properly. Let's click on this and choose a family. Ubuntu. Okay, so I think none is good. All right, so what do we need to do now is this other path, and this one, and this one. The rest is simple. So let's click on this, click to add a column. All right, so another row, guys. I mistakenly clicked on the row, so click on this and add a column. So this is a column, and then in the column let's go ahead and add a row, and then in the row let's go ahead and add a text. Okay, so the text is going to be home 400 by 16 white. So we paste this here. I will come here and just pick the whites as secondary. Okay, so I will click on the row and say Control D and again. So let's see the spacing between them. So the spacing here is 35. So I'll click on here and say 35 for the top padding, and then I'll click in here and say 35 as well. Okay, and then let's change the content. So about and sign up. So here it's going to be about, and then here it's going to be sign up. I think I can just quickly type it faster than copying it. Then click on the column and left align it like this. Okay, good. And then let's see the spacing in on the side. So 140, something like this. So we will say 140 here. Great. All right, so then we have this. We will go ahead and duplicate it. Control D. We have another one here. So services. So I think I'll just copy only these last ones. Privacy policy. Paste this one, and then this I'll just type it in. Services, contacts. Okay, so that's it. And then the last one here is let's see, yes, let's still use the same duplicating. Let's duplicate Control D again, and then this last one here we'll say copy it. It is gonna say connect with us. Okay, great. And then here is just gonna be icons for all of this. So what I will do is I will just download everything. It's not right to download everything. I wanted to be lazy. So I just have to download them one by one. So let's click on export and export Twitter. Click on this, export Instagram, click on this, export Facebook, click on this, export LinkedIn. All right, so their dimension is basically 28 by 28. Okay, so for here I will delete this and put an image inside it. The image is 28 by 28. 28 by 28. Okay, then change from network to assets, and then click on this to put in the thing. So Twitter goes in here. Okay, so I'll just say Control D to duplicate it. Let's see the space in between them. So here, let's go to inspect. It's 26. So I'll click in here and say 26. Good. All right, so it's quite big, but it's okay. 26. I may duplicate it again and again, and okay, so let's update this one now. This is gonna be for Instagram, and this is going to be for let's see, Facebook, and this is going to be for the last part, LinkedIn. Okay, so I think we're almost done. We will just take out this this last one here. Let's just delete the row, click on it, delete it. Great. So now it just comes down like this, not really right like that. So I will just click on this and say stick it to the top. Okay, so like this is good. Okay, you see what I did? All right, nice. Then the last part here is to add the last row. Let me just quickly close this. The last thing is to add this is a column. I'm trying to locate the this is a column, so I'm gonna add a row, and then in the row I'll add a text, and this is the last thing that we do. Okay, so here I'll just right click on this and copy it. It's 300 by 14 pixels. Paste it, and then I will say 300 by 14 pixels. Click to center align it, and I can't see what I'm copying, so I'll just copy these. Check the height, 95, so say 95. Okay, all right, so then click on the text and give it the color. All right, so now we have this. It's Ubuntu, so let's change it to Ubuntu font, and here you go. So okay, so this is it. Now we have these beautiful design, and really cool. So we are done, guys. We're like really done with what we were trying to achieve here. So let's see what we have achieved so far. Let's just go ahead and then take a look at it, and you know, encourage ourselves, like pat ourselves on the back and say, yay, this is a great job, because this is a great job. So with these now, you have, like, when you finish creating this, you would have gotten like some very serious skill with regards to front-end, you know, development within FlutterFlow. So I believe that you have gotten like some massive knowledge so far. So this is it. And beautiful design. So we have done some good work here. You've learned a lot of things, and I hope you get to use this in your project. All right, okay, please hit the subscribe button and like this video. Drop comments if you have comments. And last thing, I want to just show you this view code. It's one of the finest thing that happens on FlutterFlow. So you see, all of these things that we did here was made possible by FlutterFlow. You see, FlutterFlow does the writing of the code for you. So actually, if you wanted to see the codes, you can just click on the button that I clicked. I will take you back so you can see it, and then you can see the codes here. These are the codes that makes up these design, and these codes are in the Dart programming language. And so you can see your popspec.yaml here and a lot of things. Okay, all right, so I go back here. What I clicked was this button here, and then you click on view code. All right, okay guys, have a great time and see you in the next video. Bye for now.